So yesterday we had talked about the technologies, and now today the another technology, the current trends in the technology we were discussing in our fifth unit. The current technology here we are discussing is the human augmentation. Human augmentation is basically the exoskeleton in the brain computers. Yesterday we had talked about this also in a brief. What do you understand by the human augmentation? It's a technology which are defined as extended human capabilities. For example, exoskeletons, brain computers interfaces, and the advanced prosthesis for the improvement in the physical and the cognitive functions. So how you define a human augmentation basically? To use a technology to enhance or improve the human physical, cognitive, and the sensory capabilities. So it can include the integrating technologies into a body, like using the external devices like the wearable techs, or extend or boost the human abilities. Various interfaces here we are talking about for improvement in the physical and the cognitive functions, and the potential of human augmentation technology ranges from healthcare, defense, and even the employees down to the personal productivity. For example, here we are taking the exoskeleton technology, which is used to help a people with a mobility impairment walk again, and the brain computer interface can help the disabled persons control devices with their thoughts. So if we talk about the market size and the growth under this, the market size is 298.5 billions by the 2027, right? And when if we talk about the augmentations, or if we talk about the adoption rates, so it is used in the healthcare, defense, and have already used in the healthcare and the defense, and interest in consumer application is scaling. Further adoption we can take will be driven by the development in the devices which made cheaper and the easier to operate. So the key development areas under this is wearable technologies, which are the innovation in the wearables for tracking the health data and improving the body functionality, and the neural interfaces, brain computer interfaces, which is designed to allow the direct communication between the brain and the external device, or from one part of a nervous system to another, to force developed electrophysiological. Another technology development, we are talking about the AI augmented development. What do you mean by the AI augmented? Which is simply refers to the artificial intelligence to enhance the human capabilities and perform rather than replacing them. So it focuses on how the AI can be tuned to boost the productivity. We are talking about here the unit production, improve the decision making, testing or the debugging, and support human creativity by the automating routine tasks and providing insights, testing or debugging, and optimizations. So essentially, we are talking about that AI augmentation is about empowering the humans through AI, making them more efficient and effective in their work. When we are talking about key aspects of AI augmentation, we are saying that human AI collaboration, enhancing the human capabilities, which focus on efficiency and the productivity, and which improve the decision making. Examples here we are talking about AI can be used for the tasks like the data analysis. From very beginning we are talking about this. The data analysis is now a requirement. Customer services, content creations, and even creative brainstorming here. So what the AI basically giving us in the benefits of our increased productivity, improved decision making, enhance the creativity, and better work-life balance here. Examples that we talk about, the software development, the product design, the data analysis, the content creation, or anything related which can be enhance the human capabilities or customer services. So simply AI augmentation development is augmenting each step in the software production process with the AI tools that can help in the unit production, testing, or the debugging and the optimization. The impact is that the development will increase the efficiency and the quality of a software development. For instance, AI-powered code editors would in turn to be able to suggest possible code snippets track down the errors and indicate selected performance does lower down the development times and the effort cost. So what is the market size here? As the market of AI implementation developing tooling will be large as an increasing number of companies adopt the AI for optimizing the development work. So the requirement for the complex software coupled with the need for a quick time to market has been cited as of the driving forces. So what is the adoption rate here? High adoption of a companies related to AI technology and the software firms are there, and AI-augmented development is must for business seeking fast innovation and the completeness. Key development area, if we talk about, is the AI code assistance. This will come in a matter. There's a widget, GIT hub, copy log, serving up actual real-time code suggestions to have the developers to be more efficient. Then automated testing, AI-driven software quality and reliability insurance, the through automated testing tools. And another technology, if we move to the another technology trends, here we are talking about the industry cloud platforms. So what are the industry cloud platforms? These are the industry specific special sets of cloud platforms which are custom made to distribute the diversified needs of a distinct industries, including but not limited to the healthcare, finance, and the manufacturing. And it also provides dedicated and customized resources for improving efficiency and increasing compliance requirements with the industry regulations for the business. What impact we are talking about here? This cloud saves a lot of time as an industry cloud platforms provide customized solutions to the merits problems that are prevailing in the several sectors. Health cloud platforms can make the patient information management easy and will support the care coordinations. And the financial cloud platform provide advanced analytics for the risk management and the finance. If we talk about the market size and the growth, market size is $83 billion in 2025. Adoption rates, if we talk about the cloud services are adopted with the industries, with the segments of the healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and other domain specific or the enterprise specific spatial strength will be provided by the cloud service. If we talk about the key development areas, that is the regulatory compliance and the tailor-made solutions are present here. Industry cloud platforms are designed to meet specific regulatory compliance, thereby enforcing required standards and limiting risk. Tailor-made solutions providing the tools for the market with industry-specific needs. So according to our industry, it can be achieved, relieving the spatial operational challenges and increasing the productivity. Another technology we are talking about here, the smart applications. Smart applications are those termed to leverage the artificial intelligence and machine learning to achieve more meaning and the better user experience from the functionality. And the secret is unlocking the insights from the data. Everything has been learned from the data here. Offer the personalized service, making the better decisions and automate tasks. So if we talk about categorizing, speaking, the primary breakthrough by these intelligent applications has come in altering industries due to extending capabilities. Here we are taking an example in the case of a finance. They can offer a personalized investment advice, just like they do within the health sector in the diagnostics, treatment planning, and the retail one enhance the customer experience, upfront offering services and product recommendations for the area of preferences, and by filtering relevant information alongside the operations at the back, not directly visible to the customer services or the customer experience. If we talk about the growth rate, here the market size is 12.7 billion in the 2020 and the 62.4 billion in the 2025 with the growth rate here to the 37.3% here. So here the intelligent application is likely to culminate from strongly growing adoption of AI and the machine learning technologies in the day-to-day business operations. rate of adoptions. High rate of adoptions in the industries which get the benefit from the insights that have been data-driven automations, including whether we are talking about the finance, healthcare, retail, or the manufacturing. And the enterprises are now intelligent applications using to transform the customer interactions into a smart process and improve their operational effectiveness. If we talk about the key development areas under this, personalization, using artificial intelligence to provide personalized user experiences based on the individual preferences and the behavior. These are the key development areas. And the automation, automating the routine tasks to increasing the efficiency and reducing the likelihood of human errors or the mistakes. Another technology trend, we are talking about the democratized generative AI. So what do you understand by the democratized generative AI? This means that generative AI, we have talked about the generative AI. What is the generative AI? It pertains in general to a system that can produce the original content based on a pre-existing data. So maybe it can be a text, picture, music, anything. So now with the democratized generative AI, these high-end capabilities are offered to the very widest base so that the more business or the individuals can be exploit the optimal advantages of it in the practical and the creative manner. So what is the impact here? The democratization of the generative AI is revolutionary content creation, right? The new content has been created from the existing content, be it in a market, entertainment, or the design. So for example, here we are talking about the businesses will be able to produce high quality marketing material, while artists can create original art with the support of a AI to be saved. If we talk about the market size and the growth, so it is definitely growing and now which will increase the further even more driven by the progress in the text, image, and the video generation. So generative AI will increase exponentially in use with growing accessibility to the technology through high user-friendly interfaces. So investment in generative AI has swelled sevenfold in 2025. So what is the adoption rate? High, highly it is adopted in the creative industries with a lot of growth in the business application. So with the current trend of a democratization of a generative AI, wide use will likely be applied in most sectors. So what is a key development area here? The content creation. So here we are talking about the content creation, the AI-powered tool that creates the text, images, and the video. Personalization, customization, using an active generative AI to create content that is tailored to the individual taste. So another technology here we are talking about the continuous threat exposure countermeasures, STEM, CTEM. So what do you understand by this? These tools of our continuous threat exposure countermeasures enable organizations to continuously identify and manage the continuous threats to assure themselves of uninterrupted and well-maintained security in accordance with the security standards. So it is typically used for the security and it provides real-time insights after the vulnerabilities and the threats have been detected for proactive measures in the security. Impact is that is lost to keeping adequate vigilance in the cyber purview in the world of a ever rising threats and it possibly could reduce the time taken by the attack, therefore preempting the possibility of data leakage and other cyber incidents. The market growth is 248.26 billion by the 2025 year with a growth rate of a 10.2%, and adoption is high in sectors which are handling the sensitive data which is related to the can be related to our finance, health, and the government, and the companies invest here to safeguard their digital assets and to support the regulatory requirements. Compliance of our regulatory requirements. If we talk about the key development area under this technology, it's real-time monitoring and the vulnerability measurements. The task of monitoring must be continuous in a way where a system and the network become alert and responsive to a specific threat as it appears. And the vulnerabilities management, it finds the threat, fix the weakness before the attackers can exploit them. Another technology, AI, trust, risk, and the security management. This is a framework which follow the ensure secure, ethical, and the reliable AI systems, where all the concerns regarding the bias, privacy, and the transparencies are eliminated, and such that the technologies are used responsibly. So the AI trust, risk, and the security management is a key to winning confidence for the AI systems, particularly in the sectors where there are serious issues related to the ethical and the safety. So here the example we are talking about, which ensure the fair and accurate diagnosis driven by the AI in the finance, where again either discrimination or the bias practices can be increased exponentially. What is the market size and the growth here? So here market size is expected to be strong in demand to mitigate the risk associated with the adoption by the organization. And the study had observed that investment in AI, trust, and the security increases as the business realizes the importance of practicing the ethical principles during the AI projects. So adoption rates are increasing in the industries, various verticals among those industries basically or the sectors which are implementing the AI algorithms for making the firm or the business choices, and the organizations which are implementing the framework is ensured to adhere the ethical standards and the regulatory requirements. Another is a key development area, which means here bias mitigation, developing the techniques to identify and reduce the bias in our AI algorithms. Another is a transparency, which means AI system must be designed in such a manner that their decisions are transparent and explainable. Another technology is the machine customers. Machine customers are the AI systems only which are empowered to make the purchase decisions, having the autonomous communication with the business, and the technology uses its options, data, and the algorithm to think, hope, and transact. Impact is here. The machine customers are successfully reshaping the business to business and the business to consumer interactions through the process of purchasing and conducting the customer services. Here example we are talking about in the e-commerce where the inventories are based on the AI can reorder supplies with already studied threshold levels, while in the customer service the chatbots can find the routine queries and give the customized support. Market size definitely increasing. So a market for the machine customers will most likely rise in the business establishment and they adopt AI-driven systems to enhance the efficiency, the customer experiences, and the Gartner report here shows that it speculates the population of the machine consumers will significantly rise over the next couple of years. So as the need is there, so the adoption rate, it is typically adopted in the sectors, so retail, supply chain, and the customer service sectors. And the machine customers are employed by the business to upgrade the level of their operational effectiveness in order to give customers seamless experiences. If we talk about the key development area here, so the automated AI-driven transactions is the key development area. So, which automate the purchase decisions and transactions using built-in artificial intelligence algorithm, and the automation in the customer services, the use of the AI chatbots to provide personalized and effective customer services. Another technology here we are talking about the augmented connected workforce. So augmented connected workforce is how the technology is leveraged to increase the workforce connectivity towards the enhanced productivity, and this may include remote collaboration tools, AI-driven insights, and the wearable devices to support both communication and the operations. In practice, the augmented connected workforce is increasingly becoming the distinguishing base element in such remote and the hybrid work environment. Tools here we are talking about the video conferencing, project management, and the wearable devices for fuel better communication and coordination between different team members. Example here we are talking about the addition of a remote collaboration tools to the likes of Zoom and the Microsoft Teams is creating virtual meeting opportunities, as we are also using the Microsoft Teams here, while AI-based insights can be harshened to optimize team performance for the market. If we talk about the market size and the growth here, so it is $9.3 billion in 2026 and $5.63 billion in 2021. So registering a compound annual growth rate to 10.4%. Adoption of this technology is in finance, the professional services, the hardware types, and the move to the remote and the hybrid operational models of works are driving demand for the augmented connected workforce solutions. Key development area is remote collaboration tools. Then there is a remote collaboration tools. So for improved communication and the collaboration among the remote and the distributed teams, wearable tags implement the use of a wearable tags for monitoring the health metrics in workers, along with the enhancement it provides in the workplace safety and the productivity. Another technology or another current trends in the intelligence system, we are talking about the biotechnology in the agriculture. So what the biotechnology is doing, biotechnology in agriculture involves using the biotechnology techniques to improve the crop yields, enhance the resistance to the pest, increase the nutritional content, and this innovation are crucial for addressing the food security, especially in a world facing the climate change and the population growth. So various biotechnology methods are we are talking about the genetic modification, the genetic editing, the biofertilizers that enable more efficient farmer practice. So what is the impact here? It definitely enables the sustainable farming by improving the crop resilience to the environmental stresses, pests, and the diseases, and it reduces the need for the harmful pesticides also. It also boosts productivity, reduces the waste, and enhances the nutritional profile of a food, leading to healthier and more abundant food supplies. Market growth is here $37 billion in 2020, $77 billion in by 2027. Again, the compound growth rate here, if we talk about, is 10%. Adoption rate is basically rapidly gaining acceptance in the developed and the developing countries where the government, private companies, and the research institutions are increasingly investing in the biotech solutions to solve the agriculture challenges. Key development area is genetically modified organisms and the crops that are genetically engineered to resist the pest or tolerate the adverse conditions. CRISPR gene editing is a breakthrough technology that allows the precise modification of a plant DNA to improve the yields and disease resistance. Another technology here we are talking about the autonomous vehicles. We have talked about in a very detail about the autonomous vehicles, right? So just we will talk about, you know about what is the autonomous vehicles, how basically the AI has been and the intelligence system we are talking about is using it. So if we talk about the market size and the growth, it is $27 billion in the 2023 and it's $320 billion by the 2030, which is the 37% of a growth rate. So adoption rate is still in its early stages with several pilot programs in the testing phases in place globally. So widespread adoption will depend on the regulatory approval, consumer acceptance, and the improvement of the safety features. Key development areas we talk about is the LiDAR sensors. These sensors provide the detailed mapping necessary for the autonomous navigation. So another, the AI and the machine learning enable real-time decision making in the obstacles and the accidents and the vehicle-to-vehicle communication. Another technology is the digital twins. If the digital twins are the virtual replicas of our physical objects, systems, or the processes that allow for the real-time simulation and the analysis. So by using the sensors and the data, digital twins mirror the real-world entities they represent, enabling the businesses to monitor the performance and predict the maintenance needs here and optimize the operations here. So the impact is here, the digital twins have wide-reaching applications, particularly in manufacturing, healthcare, urban planning, and the construction. So they provide the real-time insights that can drive the predictive maintenance, improve the productivity, and aid in decision making. And in sectors like the smart cities, they help in optimizing the infrastructure and ensure the efficient energy management here. Market size, if we talk about, is $73 billion by the 2027, and the adoption rate is especially in the manufacturing in the smart cities, and the adoption is expected to continue accelerating as the business realize the value of a real-time data analytics and the remote monitoring. The key development areas are real-time monitoring, predictive maintenance, and the smart cities. All are very important. So using the IoT sensors to gather the data for the continuous analyzing and the simulation, predictive maintenance, identifying the potential equipments here, failure before they can happen and reducing the downtime, smart cities, digital twins of the urban empowerment in environments, enable the better infrastructure management and the urban planning also. So another technology if we talk about is the neuromorphic computing. Now, what is the neuromorphic computing? Neuromorphic computing is a field that mimics the way the human brain processes the information using the artificial neural networks and the hardware designed to simulate the neural architectures. So these technologies aim to make the machine more intelligent. We are talking about here the intelligent systems and the efficient by replicating the brain-like functions. So impact is neuromorphic computing has the potential to revolutionize the AI and machine learning by creating more energy efficient, adaptive, and the self-learning systems because here we are talking about mimicking the human brain processing. So self-learning system will be there. It can be used in the applications ranging from robotics to the autonomous systems where the real-time learning is important and the decision makings are the crucial. If we talk about the growth rate, it is 5.3 billion in the 2023 and now the 21.3 billion by the 2030 here. So the AI research and the demands advanced here the more efficient computation systems. Adoption rate, it is still in a very early stages and mainly within the research institutions only and this with the specialized applications only. So the hardware and the software systems improve, widespread AI-driven system is expected. Key development area is the brain-inspired hardware, chips designed to mimic the human neural networks for the more efficient computing, Cognitive computing is there, the systems capable of learning and adapting from the brain data in a brain-like manner. And the last technology here we are talking about the synthetic media, which is referred to as a digital content that is generated by the AI or the other automated system, including the deep fakes. What do you understand by this? The AI generated the videos, music, and the text. As the AI tool become more advanced here, and the synthetic media is being used to create the hyper-realistic digital content that can be difficult to distinguish from the real media. So here we are talking about the synthetic media has broad applications in the entertainment, marketing, and the communication, and it raises both the opportunities and the challenges, such as democratizing the content creation and raising the concerns over misinformation and copyright infringement. Market size is here the 1.5 billion by the 2027, and the adoption is accelerating, particularly in the media and the entertainment. However, regulatory and the ethical concerns such as the deep fake misuse are a growing challenge. What do you understand by the deep fake? कोई explain कर सकता है? Yes, any one of you? Illusion आप कह सकते हैं, deep fake क्या है इसके पीछे? It's simply a software application dependent that runs on a cloud. So here we are talking about it's a AI tool or a software application that runs on a cloud. So deep fakes AI generated videos that can be replicated voices and the faces with a high accuracy. AI generated contents tools like the GPT-3 that create human-like text and the AI system generating visuals and the audio contents here. So if we talk about the comparison table of the technologies, here are the comparison table about the digital trend and the technology trend is the artificial intelligence and the machine learning. We have talked about the description, the impact areas, the adoption status, and the opportunities here. The 5G we have discussed in the current trends of the intelligence system. We have discussed the IoT, the blockchain technology, augmented reality and the virtual reality हमने discuss किया है. क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. एज कंप्यूटिंग वी हैव डिस्कस द रोबोटिक प्रोसेस ऑटोमेशन enhancing the cyber security. Sustainable technology discuss किया. Human augmentation, AI augmented development, industry cloud systems, smart applications, cloud platforms, and the smart applications that democratize generative AI. The continuous threat exposure countermeasures, AI trust, risk, and the security management here, platform engineering, machine consumers, and the augmented connected workforce. Till date, we have discussed all these technologies.